baby? How are you guys doing this beautiful afternoon? It is Fake Fridays, and I hope you guys are ready for it. Hopefully, there's not going to be anything too fake about the markets today. We want to see the volume back in them. We had some fundamentals come to life a few minutes ago, which we're going to talk about. And funny or not, we have Powell talking at the moment. So that is a very interesting one for us. We're going to see what he is on the markets about this time of the day. But as you guys can see, we've got both of the G's on stream today. Chris, how you feeling, brother?
Hello, friends. Keys, yours. Audio is choked. Chad, give me 1 second. How does Miles stream like this? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's mine.
Is that yours? Okay, that is key. 1 2 1 2. Oh, there we go. 1 2. Incredible. All right. Can all the ladies hear me there in the back?
Yeah, Jex, we need that podcast king. We have been waiting patiently. What podcast? What are we missing here, Chad?
I think Bonang.
Yeah, I'm not sure what podcast the boys are on about here.
Good.
Good question. Yeah, guys, just as with Jex and Rooks. Hey.
Oh yeah, Jakesy and Rooks. We will.
The boys need to come down. Come down to the GQ. And we are still going on with free Giddy. Giddy was back here this morning. He seems to be free by the looks of it. So don't you worry, guys. Our mutual Chadadonian is free. He's safe and sound. But Chad, let's get it going. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have no brain power to really think today. So I actually need you to please pray for us today, my brother.
I will. Is the music always this loud?
It's low.
Is it low?
Yeah, true.
Damn, bro, these headphones are different. Okay, no, that's perfectly fine. Chad, let's get ready to pray here. Hope you guys are ready. So let's just bow our heads and pray here today. Father, we just want to thank you for another day. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for bringing us all back safely here to the streams. Lord, we pray that you will protect us, that you will keep us, that you will guide us, and that you will lead us into all truth. Father, we pray for a sound mind today. We pray for clear vision in what we want to do. And Lord, we pray above all that whatever we do, that we will glorify your name, and that any success that we achieve, Father, that we will firstly thank you, and we will also just reflect that glory right back onto you, because all of that we receive is purely from your hand of grace and mercy. And we just pray that you will really bless us more, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, in our relationships, in our region, in our circle of influence, Father, that we can be a difference. We pray this and we ask this not because we deserve it, but because you are gracious and you are merciful and you are kind. And we ask it in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And if you believe it, Chad, you can drop a amen.
Amen.
Right now. Amen.
Beautiful stuff there, Chad. But let's get it going. It's time to kick off these markets. So let's have a look here, starting us off as always with the fundamental chat. See what's happening here, guys. So we had some news come out now. 230 core PPI. Okay. All right. So forecast was 0.3, coming at 0.4. Core retail sales. Also big drop there. PPI month on month. Okay. Retail sales month on month. Unemployment claims. Okay, a lot of mixed data here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a lot of mixed data. Unemployment claims are only coming out pretty much flat. Everything else up and down. Powell, as we said, I'm not sure if he is still talking. He was talking. I don't know what. It's a very weird time for him to be talking. This is for myself personally. First time I've ever seen him talking at 2:40. I don't know what that is.
Kicks, I think there's like a central bank convention going on, because there were quite a few central bank speakers during the day. So I think they are at a. I don't think it's something major. I think let me just check here quickly.
Because that was I've never really seen him talking at.
Oh yeah, it's just it's a conference. It's the Thomas Lobach Research Conference. So he wouldn't say anything. Wouldn't say anything to
but Chad, let's have a look here. What is happening on the markets? Let me just get my charts right for the screen again. There we go. So let's have a look at DXY. What can we expect? So DXY, in looking at that bearish momentum, just lining up again, neutral. I'm going to say a neutral outlook on the fundamentals just because I have mixed data. So you're not going to get really weighed to either be in bearish or bullish. We're just going to really see markets carry on how they naturally were going to anyway. So monthly pivot, we are holding around this area. The fact we can't get in here, I think when markets open in the New York session, we're going to see that volume, and I do like the bearish dollar a little bit more. Big thing for us, we spoke about this, that is basically we trade into this level, trying to push away, traded in, tested it with support, bounced off, and we've come down with a lot of momentum this time around. So I do think we'll take it. We'll take out these lows to the left over here, and that will give us that gap fill, which, okay, never mind, the gap fill was closed there, my mistake. But then we'll basically just go for the wick fill over the previous daily lows, and that takes us also to our weekly pivot. So we're on the bearish side with the dollar. NASDAQ equities, as we've been saying, are back in play. So what we want to see over here is we're at that daily key level. We did break above. This needs to hold. There has been a lot of bullish momentum, so we can see a potential pullback. Big thing for me is massive bearish candle that gave us this pullback here. So we traded up, big candle back down. We took a previous daily low. Now you guys know what we always talk about with this. Took the previous daily low and reversed. So again, this can just be that fake out and then literally continuing the bullish momentum. When we look over here, just ignore Iron 2000 catching TP after TP. Selling off, taking that previous daily low, hitting that 200. Trading back up, now holding a daily S1. First thing, as I said, if this was our fake out, taking that previous daily low, we tested it, found support again. If we trade bullish back above this key level and the EQ, you can see there, Asia highs and previous daily low untested, this becomes our target, and we trade bullish for the rest of the day. So it can be a very interesting one here for us. Just take note, what was very weird is that we got to the charts this morning, everything was bearish. Dollar was bearish, gold was bearish, NAS was bearish, USD was bearish. And if we look at it now, DXY is a little bit under on the day. Gold that was bearish is almost 0.6% up on the day, so nearly 1% there. NAS 0.5% down, and USD almost 0.5% down. So very interesting one here for us. Going over to USD, this is the one, I want to say the special channel at the moment. So we're going to treat it a little bit different. As much as we are bullish, if we break this weekly R1, I do believe with everything that's happening here, this yearly pivot, and we are going to get this gap fill. So when we start dropping down to the lower time frames, you're going to see what I'm talking about. And that lines up over here, that if we break here with momentum, that weekly R1 that's trying to hold support, same as you saw with DXY, things like that, we're going to see this thing flash to the low. Because why? You're taking a previous weekly high that has now been broken. You broke this level of support. We're going to come back down to get all of this over here. And if we are going to take this momentum out completely to the base of its support, then what's most likely? We're going to go for the yearly pivot. And if we go for that yearly pivot, we most likely are going to come all the way down here. Why? Because we finally can go and close this gap. So that's what we're going to pay attention to here with USD. If we go bearish, we could get a nice move here today. But if we do see it go bullish, because at the same time, if that was it over here, the same thing we spoke about with NASDAQ, we took the previous weekly high. So NASDAQ was a previous daily. USD previous weekly high. Took it, turned around. If we hold Asia lows, we go bullish. Asia highs remain untested. Where we saw this bearish momentum come off was off the bullish momentum into previous daily low. And we're starting to come back down. So big thing here, we hold this, we turn bullish, we can see that move. So very much still neutral, even though it does look quite bearish on USD. Then gold, again, if we look here, I'm still in that, on the bearish side of things. But as we spoke about, I do want to see a bit more of a bullish pullback. Reason being, if you look at this, we've had 1, 2, little pullback, 3, little pullback, breakdown, 3. And if we talk structure, if you're making a lower low, you have to then be making a lower high to carry on. So we want to take note of that. If this is it now, we can literally just be making the lower high, which again, there you go, what is lined up with previous daily low. And if we reject over there, we come all the way back down. So hence why I'm still a little bit more on the neutral side. Yes, we can anticipate this bullish move. Asia highs were untested, so that was a very easy one for us here. We spoke about a potential buy back above Asia lows this morning, and then this thing just absolutely ran one way. The thing for me is, as much as it moved, it also isn't moving. It's very grindy, very slow. At the end of the day, it looks like, hey, it actually made a nice move. But when you're sitting there waiting for these candles to form, it was quite a grind. But the big thing now, this is the make or break, as I say. So between Asia highs and between previous daily low, this is where USD needs to decide what it wants to do. Is it going to break bullish, or is it going to come back down and break bearish again? So this is where we just have to monitor it and see what happens. But Chad, there's everything from me. Shibo, over to you, brother.
Keeks, Chad, I was obviously not here this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to give you guys a top down here. We still have 6 minutes left, so I can reasonably run through a decent analysis here for you guys. So yesterday, dollar closing bullish right at that monthly pivot zone. Also closing right at that breakout zone. So currently testing that area. I do expect us, if we hold here, to continue back bullish. Otherwise, if we close back inside of this range, things are going to get a little bit sticky for the dollar bulls. But that zone right there, this is where we potentially want to start seeing some reversals. All right. Currently, Asia highs untested, EQ being tested, monthly pivot. And I'm going to say we're going to monitor this zone right here, and that's going to determine what we do for the rest of the session. NASDAQ, real quick here on the daily. NASDAQ is still obviously super bullish, but however, we are quite extended. We've basically had 5 days of straight continuation with that little pause, a gap. It is just normal for price to start recouping, even if we just close range bound today. But what I want to say is that I do like the fact that we took the previous daily low, failed to hold below it. So for me, very important now going into the rest of the session is to see whether we can break back below that previous daily low, which was here. Alrighty, there's that level. There's your daily S1. We've got our session volume profile here. I just want to show you guys quickly. Some of you guys asked for some zones on NASDAQ. These are the zones we are working with. I'm just waiting for the session volume profile. All right, point of control is sitting all the way up there. Nice break below Asia lows. Asia lows rejecting. And I do potentially expect a further continuation to the downside. However, we will need to start trading below the daily S1 if we are going to go to the daily S2. Otherwise, if we start holding above daily S1, we can make our way back to the daily pivot. After the daily pivot, we can come all the way back to your daily R1. So everything is going to hinge around what is going to happen right here, daily S1. So we're going to keep you guys posted on that. US 30 on the daily being a little bit of a dark horse these last couple of days. I don't know if you guys can see the divergence between US 30 SPX. I'm actually going to show you guys quickly here. Let me just do this real quick to show you guys. New price scale, and then also NASDAQ. Okay, there we go. So as you can currently see, Dow Jones diverging from what the rest of the market is doing. And it's now a case of which one is leading and which one is falling behind. All right. So while Dow Jones is going down, the rest were going up. So again, somebody asked me in Project G, Chris, how do we know which one is leading? Unfortunately, you do not know up until they come back into correlation. But for this moment, GBP. US 30 is bearish for me. Confirmed daily resistance. Confirmed open gap. I actually spoke in Project G last night. I took a small little haircut trying to short. Unfortunately, just got nipped. We talked about this yesterday on stream as well. I don't know if you guys can remember. And somebody was saying that this is spring loading for a move up. And I said, absolutely not. I said, if you look at it and if you think about market structure as a whole, you can see that the highs were getting lower and the bounces that we had off these levels initially had a nice bounce, came back, had another half decent bounce, and then we just struggled to get off this level. And I told you guys, what's going to happen is a breakout and you're going to almost carbon copy and paste the move on the left hand side. Go watch yesterday's stream, and we didn't carbon copy, but we did have a quite aggressive move down. Okay, so now what are we looking at? I just want to remove this. Okay, so on the daily, confirmed resistance up here. Where can we potentially retrace to? We can potentially retrace all the way back down there, because that is where we can find some demand. Currently looking at the daily, yesterday's daily candle also quite tricky. Ah, come on.
US 35 minute giving the sell.
Yo. So yesterday's bearish daily candle closed up above this resistance zone, so we are technically now stuck in this range, and then dropping down to a lower time frame. Let's see what we've got here. Beautiful Asia lows today, right there.
Sorry, my brother.
You can
Chad,
open it up for us.
that is that markets are open round 8. Ding 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 ding. Fight.
There we go.
Round 1, fight.
All right, so US 30 taking Asia lows. Asia highs still untested. Previous daily low. While we trade below that previous daily low, I am bearish, and I do think we're going to have a trend day if we start breaking this previous weekly low. Or was this the previous weekly high? Give me one sec. Highs, yeah. So if we fail to break below here, we could go bullish. Otherwise, we are going to trade all the way down. This for me is very consolidative. If you look at this move down, that is quite an aggressive move. This for me is all very corrective. So I am actually expecting another leg down unless we start trading above Asia highs. But while we are trading below Asia highs, I want to see price continue down. Then gold quickly. I'm not actually going to touch. Okay, let's check gold here. Gold Project G members would know this morning I said, listen here, we are only looking for buys. Project G members, and the reason for that is we were trading in this vicinity here. All right. Look left with me, previous breakout zone, first time retesting it after breaking through there. And this morning also just trading at the session lows. I said, let's only look for buys on gold. All understanding the theory of Asia lows being taken, trying to trade back into it. But also somebody asking me yesterday, I think it was yesterday, why would I look for buys and sells at certain places? So Asia was a trend. What do we expect then? As a minimum, some type of correction, even if it's 50%, but you expect some type of correction, and the correction we've had. So I'm back into a sell mode on gold. Why? Because effectively we are still bearish. Effectively we can still trade down, or we can just sweep here a little bit, and we can have something similar happen to what happened earlier in the week. Create some type of support, next day starts to break it down. So we could actually close bullish today, and we could chop here a little bit, but I'm purely looking for shorts in this region. All right, I'm not looking to buy gold at all. So if we start getting rejections here, I will let you guys know when I take sells, but I'm not buying. And then GU real quick here on the daily. Also somebody asking me about this. On the daily, very, very tricky. Yesterday closing bearish, taking a previous daily high. For me, I would have gone bearish into this day, or neutral up until we break this minor resistance area, then dropping down to the lower time frames. We can clearly see here this morning, somebody took a trade here off the daily pivot, and I said, effectively, we did not really clear Asia highs aggressively. I think this was only about 15 pips. So 15 pip move above Asia highs. For the most part, we didn't really fully come to retest Asia highs. So you can see, came back into the range, then a little bit later. So this is very choppy. I wouldn't get involved here on GU. And then GJ, let's check GJ on the daily. GJ on the daily, bearish for me. Yesterday, taking that previous daily high. This for me is a perfect swing high formation. Taking the previous daily high, closing bearish, engulfing. So I would have gone bearish into this day. Why? You still have this gap to fill. You also have this breakout zone, which is untested right there. Okay. And then on the lower time frames, let's see what you could have traded here today, if there was actually anything to trade. Just waiting for the indicator. All right, so nothing here for me. I would have not sold Asia lows here, purely because we know from a probability point of view. So I don't think there's anything that I would have traded on GJ. Let's check it. Okay, now I'm lying. There's one thing that I could have maybe traded, is this round number 194. Let's check it. 194. There's your break, but then you're on the daily S1. There was your break below. No, Chad. You could have maybe you could have traded this after you had a top wick to try and wait for that break there and expect volume to push it down. But then also you've got the 50 here, 193. Yeah, no, GJ is a mess. So nothing there for me. But Chad, that is the analysis here.
Yeah, guys, I was going to say, market's looking a little bit more lively today. But I might have spoken too soon. USD did pop over some volume, and then it went right back down, and then it went right back up, and now it's going right back down. So it looks like it just wants to range again. But very interesting, people are asking, yet we have NASDAQ and US City, two identical different outlooks, but literally the exact same percentage down on the day. Both of them at either 3.8, 3.8, now it's 4.1, 3.8, but very, very similar positions for their pairs.
What are some of the stonks doing? I just want to check. J&J on the highs, Coca-Cola on the highs, Philip Morris, JP Morgan, BlackRock, so financials not looking too bad. Vanguard also doing not too bad. We've got Berkshire Hathaway, we've got Goldman Sachs, SPYD, CAT, nothing shooting off the lights. And then on the low so far, XOM, Tesla, Amazon, GME, Nvidia taking some light jabs, nothing too major. Abiva also slightly down, so relatively mixed. Microsoft down on the day. What is Tesla doing? Actually open up with a gap down pre-market 0.75, 0.89. Alrighty. Kiksa, you are looking to sit on your hands for the rest of the session. This is what it's looking like. It's looking like garbage.
At this point, I might go trade gold.
Alright, I just want to check. Martin, are you in the chat, my brother? Martin, review giveaway Rux. We will do that 100%. But not today. We will do it tomorrow morning. We just need to get all of those names and just put them on. So we'll do this spin of Martin from Delft Main Road. I don't know which Martin this is. Martin with the Hayabusa on his profile picture. And then also GI dash. Is that a dash? W. Jiwoo. Somebody here speak a Chinese. Yeah, good. Bro. I gotta stop at that. Jiwoo. Jiwoo, please to the front, my brother. Please. I'm gonna drop some gems here for everyone. So Jiwoo. Somebody here. Jiwoo. Weewoo. Okay.
Man,
Bro, I would love having an Asian dude running a stream here.
Oh,
Somebody here ready to take a short and go.
I'm waiting for something, bro. Just give me something.
I gotta stop. Present. Okay, Jiwoo, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Martin, we just need Martin. Martin, there we go. All right, Martin and Jiwoo. So, Martin, I want to just point something out for you guys. And I think a lot of guys maybe don't even know this. So, for me personally, you guys know the drill for me. When do you want to trade? You want to trade when volume is at its highest. Why? Because volume drives price. What do we want as traders? We want price to move from our point of entry away, either way get stopped or either way get into TP. So when is the majority of the volume going to occur? The majority of the volume that is going to occur is going to be pre-market. All right, you've got the pre-market, then your open market open, and then for the first 2 hours after the open, the respective open. So personally, if you do not get a trade within that period, very likely you will not be getting a good trade after that. Because why? The majority of the move is going to happen within that first 2 hours, and then after that you're going to start getting your corrections, which are the choppy moves and which is your secondary market structure. So again, just building into what we've previously talked about, you get your primary market structure and you get your secondary market structure. All right, this is your corrective leg of the move. This is your impulsive leg of the move. This is the aggressive move right there. Okay, so for the guys that are new, when is market open? Every morning, 9 o'clock South African time, we open up the London markets. Okay, so from 9 till 11, that is when you want to be looking for your high probability setups. That is when the volume will be pushing. Okay, I want to see what they see quickly. Beautiful. Then after that, some of you have been taking trades during 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That is in the transition period. Why do I say transition? That is more or less when it's lunchtime in London. That is also when North America starts to come online. So you absolutely not want to trade during the graveyard shift. Stay out of the markets. Now, when do markets open for New York? 1500 hours GMT +2 till about 5 o'clock, which is going to be 1700 hours. That is where the majority of your volume is going to happen. All right. So now, understanding that your impulsive moves are going to happen during this time, I'm not saying you cannot trade after that time. From about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, when we get into the afternoon session of NYSE, what you would see for the most part is if you were trending in a direction, what is going to happen? Guys are going to take profit. They are going to start closing some of their positions before the trading day closes. And you can get some type of dead cat bounce. So if you have been in the markets for a while, you would understand that a lot of times you can get a nice little decent move that is purely pullback profit taking closer to the end of the session. Also, in another scenario, what you can get is if you were ranging the entire day and there's some earnings or anything that comes out, you can have a case where markets range for the majority of the session, and closer to the end of the session, they will dump it. All right, they will get out of it. They don't like the price action. And then a lot of times you can get a move closer to the end, similar to what we had yesterday. Yesterday, we had majority of the time, let me just show you US 30. Here we go. So US 30, very, very choppy, round about 6 o'clock. Nice little push down, then pull back, then closer to the end, they dumped it, and then during Asia, it completely flushed. So that is what can happen during your trading session. So please take note of that. Then on to somebody speaker Chinese, Jiwoo. Jiwoo, when I say do not take trades close to the daily high, session high, weekly high, think about it this way. We already talked about what I just talked about, the sessions where the volume occurs. So if you have been pushing up for almost 2 hours and you have not been in any of these buys, why at the tail end of the volume curve would you now want to take a buy at the session high and the daily high? All right, understanding that we can potentially start to correct. All right, so you do not want to be trading at the session high. Even if an indicator gives you a signal, you stay out of it. All right, this is common sense. And for a lot of you that is still new, that is why we are here. We are here to guide you. We are here to try and help you. But for instance, if I don't care if it's Warren Buffett's indicator, if I'm going to get a signal there during, okay, that's 3 o'clock. I might take that because I'm a little retarded sometimes. But for instance, round about 12 o'clock somewhere here at a session high, and I think it was Asia lows as well, and it was daily S1. Somewhere here, I'm not taking it, all right? I'm not taking it. It's not close to the session lows. It's not close to Asia lows. I'm going to be taking trades from here, Asia lows, and maybe somewhere from here. But for the most part, we've been preaching it. If you take a trade at a session high or at a session low, you have to be very aggressive with your trade management. Why? We've spoken about this multiple times, and I don't mind preaching it and banging it into everyone's heads. We all know only two things can happen at a session high or at a daily high or low. What are the two things that will happen right there? Somebody in the chat can help me here. What are the only two things that can happen right there? And we preach it till we understand it, until we know it.
A fake out. Volume.
There we go. It's either going to be volume or it's going to be a fake out, because again, understanding market structure very simply, what happens after we've broken out of a resistance zone? We pull back, we correct, we potentially come to retest. So markets push,
Brutalized.
markets push, and they pull, and they push, and they pull. So understanding that for instance, when price broke here, let me just clean this up a little bit. Geek, sorry man, sometimes you got to teach a little.
There's nothing happening in the market so far.
Okay. So now you as a trader, you take a trade right here. You have seen that we've pushed from the lows. This is where the market opened up. You've pushed from that lows almost 150 points. You didn't take any of that. Now you're getting closer to lunchtime in London. Do you think the London boys are going to let their tea get cold and their biscuits absolutely get dry standing out? No. They're going to go have their tea and their biscuits. They're going to call it a session here. They're going to come back for the afternoon. But let's say there's some retarded traders like myself and I want to get involved here. I have to be aware that there's only two things that's going to happen here. There's only two things that is going to happen here. We're either going to push to create a new high, a new impulse leg. But even if we push up here, I already know in my head after creating a new high, at some stage are we going to pull back. I don't know how deep. We can pull back all the way to retest this breakout and then continue. So I should be aware to say that if I catch a little bit of a move here, call it, because we are going to correct. We are going to come back. Or if I say, listen here, I'm taking this trade, and the only way I would ever take a trade at a session high or low, let me see if you guys listen to what I say. When will I take a trade at a session high or low for the guys that have been around?
Should be easy one here, guys.
Come on.
Easy one. Think of gold.
Q&A here, Chad. When will I ever take? When there's no more.
News event. All-time high.
There we go. At an all-time high, or I will take it on the back of a news event, i.e. Neil Skierman, high volume days. Correcto. So if I'm coming off a news event where I know the data is supporting, let's say, US 30 strength, and I know people are going to make moves, I know we're going to have a trend day, then I'm more than happy on a volume day to take it. But for instance, out of session, no news on the day, no fundamental data driving price, I'm never ever going to take this at the high, all right? And if I take it because I've got only 2 brain cells, then I'm going to tell myself I want to see this thing do only one thing. If I take it, yeah, it must drive. If it rejects even a little bit there and it closes back inside of the range, brutalized. You brutalized straight there. And there we go, Chad. I hope. Drop a 1 in the chat if that made sense.
Bro, I'm gonna start trading NASDAQ.
Why do you want to trade?
Bro, that thing's just momentum. It already gave a sell, TP1. There you go.
Please don't tell me I missed gold.
No, none of them have given anything yet. The 2 naughty ones are making us wait.
Drop a 1. Alrighty.
We're trying to be patient, yeah.
Drop a 2 if you found that to be valuable and you will use it. You're a chicken. 2, 3. Alright, Chad. Beautiful, beautiful. Somebody here. Yeah, I gotta work on that Asian accent a little bit more before I bring it to the stream. I can't roar out. I only have that one line that I'm pretty good at. But you gotta, those segments, you're talking segments. Somebody here looking at gold. Trend is your friend. There we go. It was a great refresh. Beautiful. Keegs, you don't use the filter on the indicator. Keegs is a rebel. All right, Chad, but with that being said as well, kindly note that we are the authors of this indicator. Kindly note that before we traded any indicator, we know how markets move. So even if the indicator gives us a certain signal and it doesn't line up with what we are seeing, we do not just take the trade. So with the new update coming in, that is most probably the closest we'll ever get it to what we are looking at in the markets discretionally. So yes, after that and after the instruction videos, then I don't know. Something wrong. Because what's the ETA on the update? Michael, we're currently busy. There's actually going to be 2 updates. The one we're going to put into testing and the one we're actually going to push live now already. So 2 updates, then the, let's call it the third version. There's two sets of code that we're introducing. The one we're going to push live immediately, that's already going to be quite good. And then the other one, there might be 3, but the one is going to be pushed live for you guys. There's 2 stacks of code that I just want to test. Yeah, and then it's solid. Then it's solid.
I was waiting on one of these 2 to give me something, bro.
No, so Martin, like I said, we're here to help my brother. And I know not everybody's a trader. I know not everybody has got years of experience, but that is why we try and and give you guys as much education as we can. Sometimes, I think we sometimes forget not everyone gets the opportunity to sit in front of a screen for a huge part of the day. So, Chris, how much is the indicator if it's you can't buy it, Ryan, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's a pleasure, Lions. It's a pleasure. Somebody here wanna buy the indicator. Bro, I wanna be friends with Asians, bro. Do we have any Asian viewers that has got like a little bit of an accent? Somebody here that would come have a drink with me at Ennis.
20k yearly membership. Hey. Bro, I feel we're gonna be waiting here for USD and gold. This has been a painful week,
bro. But it's gonna. Here's the thing. I've seen it. It's gonna wear everyone out, and there where you're gonna be that.
What did you call it last time? A puff adder.
Sneaky. It's gonna do the sneaky puff adder. It's gonna do the sneaky puff adder that one day where you decide to go play paddle and not be on stream.
It's gonna do like 7.
You're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, what happened here? And guys are like, Iron 2000 gave 20 buy signals, all of them at TP. I just quadrupled my net worth in a day. And then you don't understand. That's what the market does, Chad. You are not alone, Lyndon. The struggle with trading is big, but the Iron 2000 already good look at the gold trade. The Iron 2000 give a gold trade as well.
Yeah, TB5.
Huh?
TB4 on the 5 minute.
How, bro?
Go
Buys.
look at the 5.
Bro, don't lie.
Go look at the 5.
Is that without the filter or with the... No. That's without the filter.
The boys still took it.
I don't see it. God,
You got it. You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. Sorry, miners. Woo! And what did we say this morning, Keegs? Oh, sorry. Wow. I just want to get comfortable. What did we say this morning in Project G? What are we looking for this morning, Keegs? Just
gold buys.
Oh, damn. Somebody here was buying gold. They are sounding a little bit like, what's that guy in the Jackie Chan movie?
No, Martin, the guys did use Iron 2K for gold. They just used it on the 5 minute. Because we basically told the guys to move away from the 1 minute.
Chris, can you share some insight on liquidity, internal, external? Just need a bit clarity from your point. Okay, internal, external. Keegan thought, this guy asking Chris about internal and external liquidity. Let me just check. I don't want to miss gold here. I'm going to tell you now. And then for the SMC experts, feel free to jump in because I'm not a SMC expert, but I know enough to get myself out of a bar fight if I ever chat to 5 SMC guys and they want to fight me. Okay, so the way that I understand it is that you obviously have your wider swings that you get. So let's say, for instance, this is a bigger swing leg. And now you start to pull back. All right. So then within this swing, so effectively, your external liquidity would sit at the wider extent of this range. Okay. And then your internal liquidity is this minor structure within your range. So for instance, an area like this. that becomes your internal liquidity structure. So for instance, a low sitting there, or maybe you had like some type of equal low there, but your swing low formation is sitting somewhere here. So these bigger swings, those are your external liquidity levels, and then your internal liquidity is within the bigger range. So again, talking about your primary leg and your secondary leg, the bigger move becomes your primary leg, and then within these pullbacks, these are smaller secondary legs that on a lower time frame could look something like this perhaps. So even though on the higher time frame it looks like one move down, there's a internal or secondary leg within that. So these internal liquidity zones, that's where you potentially look for your reversals. Let's say a sweep, change of character, fair value gap, whatever, then targeting your external liquidity, which would usually be some type of daily high, weekly high, session high, whatever it is. Hope that makes sense, my brother. Let's actually do a SMC course as well. Maybe we'll get to 20,000 quicker, gigs.
There we go, bro. All you need to know about SMC.
SMC, guys, was that right or wrong?
I'm waiting for the KFC, SMC, HDMI traders to come out now. Is there iron 1K?
It was.
Maybe there isn't.
Spot on. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I do appreciate the SMC, guys.
Bro, so what happens today? NASDAQ sells US 30 bars. And they meet in the middle.
Bro, I told you what I said last night.
You could have taken another screenshot, bro.
Chad. Please, Chad, please, is it still on my screen?
It's still on your screen.
Chad, please tell me what do we do? What are we doing here? Why are we still sitting here, gigs? Quickly look at this.
I'm watching gold, bro. I've given up on you.
I don't even know why we, bro. Here's the thing. I don't even know why we would try to act like we know what's going on here. And somebody's going to say, oh, there's an inverse fair value gap.
Oh, NASDAQ and US 30 coming to life as we speak.
Okay, let's see.
Are they going to kick into gear now?
Then somebody's going to tell me, oh, Chris, this was easy. There was your sell side liquidity. There was your inverse fair value gap.
Oh, damn.
What now?
US 30 saying bar.
No, don't take it, Chad. Don't take it. Again, only if you're a little retarded like me, but I'm not even retarded today. We haven't retested that previous daily low. Don't take a buy there, please, Chad. Save your money. I will give you financial advice and tell you not to take a trade now. All right? If the FSCA is watching, I'm giving them advice to not trade now. Do not trade. You will lose all of your money.
You will be sliced like
you
a chicken.
will be brutalized like that. Is it, what do they call that thing at Nana's? It's quite good, the Carabo Society.
Yeah.
You will be sliced like a Carabo flatbread into a pulled chicken pork sandwich. Okay. Yeah, Chad, this is a chart. I don't even think the ICT or the SMC boys know what's going on here. Some rookie ICT traders might be taking these little fair value gaps and minor breaks of structures, but the rest of us, we're getting brutalized before we arrived. Is there not even? Here's an order block you could have traded.
Bro, gold's coming to us. Just a little bit more gold.
What time frame?
I'm watching the 5 year, but it's because it's at Asia highs. That thing was just reject there, bro.
But we first need another leg up though.
Just reject.
Let me see if the 5 could give us something. No.
You gotta talk nicely to it, bro. Nah, it's also saying buy.
They just wait. Chad, don't take it. You will be poor. Chad, I promise you this. A buy here is a buy straight into poverty. You choosing poverty. Do not choose poverty, please. Do not take the trade. Please, please, please.
You will be brutalized.
Buys into the daily poverty. Do you on your side? Mine on M5 was hitting T4. I saw, brother. I saw the. I've got it on the other side. With that being said, the 5 minute that was without the filter, so that was actually Iron 2000 OG. But with the filter, did it give the signal with the filter? It should have. It should have. Yeah. Okay, so either way, yeah. No, it didn't. Why? Oh, I check. Yeah, so just smile and wave, bro. If you got TP4, call it a day. You did well. You did well with the TP4. SMT. Brian, what is SMD? Is it not, sorry, SMT, is it not smart, is it smart money technique or smart money divergence? I know of SMD, smart money divergence, but SMT, was it the smart money technique? All I know is it's
These boys.
smart money. No, man, not S. Now they call so here's the thing with the SMT or the SMD. There is value in it, but I don't know why they make it a thing. Is, let's say for instance, NASDAQ made a new high on the session, and let's say US 30 failed to make a new high on the session, and let's say according to their model and whatever they do.
Chad, I'm just saying, I hope you guys listened, because what did Chris tell you guys to do? Do not buy a US 30. So you can see it turning around.
So let's say their model for the day was a sell. Now the one, and it's what we talk about as well. You just buying into leading strength or selling into leading weakness. So the one that failed to create a new high is obviously weaker, and the other one is stronger. So now you focus on the one that's weaker, and all you can actually just do is look to your right and see, for instance, which one is down more on the day. So if I see that NASDAQ is down more than US 30, then obviously it's taking more shots than US 30. So if I'm looking to sell, I'll rather sell NAS. If I see US 30 is taking more shots and vice versa.
So sell NAS, bro.
Bro, we should have been on the golf course like this entire week. We should have not even.
I'm just saying, bro. We should have just been test driving cars. That's what we should have been doing.
And we could have, but we decided to sit in this chop.
Alright, we chalk tomorrow's stream, bro. We go.
Dude, that's the day it moves.
That will
That
be
day,
it.
bro, I promise you, you're gonna come back to your screen, or you're gonna get notifications, and there's a candle that looks like this on your screen. It's like Trump signed some mega $1 trillion deal with the Middle East. He got 10 planes that actually, and then you come back to this.
Alright, gold. Giving the buy signal.
Don't take that either, Chad. Don't take it. Chad, I promise you, listen to me. Listen to
Chad,
me.
if you were clever, you would just do the opposite of what he's saying.
Listen to me carefully. Listen properly.
Listen properly.
Listen properly.
So hypothetically, what if I did the opposite?
You don't do anything, bro. Because
Hypothetically.
no, hypothetically, you shouldn't actually even be sitting here. You should be at home reading a book or something. Chad, again, Martin, I think this is a perfect example. We are trading at a session high. We haven't had...
You told me buy gold now.
You don't buy it, bro. You don't buy it. We already said we're in sell mode for gold. So, here's the thing for the guys. You broke out of this structure here. This is your immediate structure there. So, you've broken out of it. There you've broken out of it. You haven't even retested it. Even if you took a buy here, what do we want to see? We want to see volume continue. You could see here it's struggling, boom, 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 out. If you want to take a chance. But this is your daily high, your session high, everything high. No, you stay out of it.
Gold buy, just hit target of 54 pips in the buy. Now 40 wins to 2 losses. Hey.
Who's this now? Bro, my keyboard's choked. Oh, there it's back.
Oh, bro, this is it. Come on, we're gonna go for it, bro.
What is that? Wait. What are you taking? No, I'm waiting. No, wait for the signal, bro. What are you doing?
Wait, because I can't market it then.
You can't.
Chad, TP one on gold.
No, I won't take gold.
I wouldn't have taken that.
I wouldn't have taken
TP 2 on gold. I don't know what gold is doing now, Chad, but gold is brutalizing some people. But I wouldn't.
I bet you can't, bro. Wait, bro. It's gonna come. Wait.
Bro.
Wait. Wait. Invite only. Let's see what the iron is doing.
I'm serious, Chris. No, we're not saying you're not serious, my brother. I know you were talking about it earlier.
Who's that?
I want to say because it's Afrikaans, I'm going to say it's Willem. But you're saying he also has a little, like, I'm not going to say indicator, but he wants to code something. And this is what it's been working for him.
Oh, Willem.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was trading what we do.
No. Yeah, that's TV,
Willem, no,
TV2
chat to
on
me.
gold.
Willem, if there's something, we'll look at it, my brother.
Yeah. We have a coding team or a development team. So, yeah, send Chris a message and let's see where we can help you out.
Chat, I'll never take it here. Again, session hours, daily hours, no.
Yeah.
Even if,
it's not a comfortable spot to take that.
Even if it hits TP 94. Willem, you can get in contact with me, brother. And we are going to call it the WJVR. Yeah, Willem, do you have me on Instagram? Let's have a look at what you are cooking. We can let everybody cook. Gold is nice.
Rooks, I'm not actually sure. Can you use multiple accounts with the new Stream 155? Or is it a one use?
You can do multiple.
Multiple, Rooksy. Multiple.
Vimpy,
I don't contact you. Send a IG DM. Slide in the DMs.
Yeah, Willem, please just say, is there any way to remove the watermark on 2G's indicator?
Willem, you just message Chris and you ask him how's his trading going.
No, man, Willem, then I'm going to block you immediately. Please don't say, no, Willem, just say, hey Chris, it's Willem, indicator, and then we can check it out, Willem.
Don't know if Keys Chris answered my question earlier. How long does the review code last? Infinity. It's a once off, but it lasts forever. So
yeah, once you use it. All right. Chad.
Yeah. These pairs, bro.
We're gonna have to start looking at crypto, bro.
I wanna be a DJ.
We gotta look at this. What did iron give? Only a sell. Let's put the filter off. Let's put the filter off. What to do without the filter? Wait for it. Wait for it. Hey, look at that, bro. You should be trading crypto, my dude. We are absolutely wasting our time here for this. Gave a beautiful buy yesterday. No, today, Thursday. Nice little young TP4 this morning, around about 10. A TP1. Now giving a sell. Could be brutalized, but
Like boys, data of load shedding coming before USD moves 5 pips.
just waiting for that sell.
Gold turn around again.
This is how you sit when you know there's no volume in the market. But
You just get comfortable.
I just want to be comfortable, Chad. I'm getting to
Okay,
it.
I'm saying, bro. Next thing we're doing. My chairs.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Somebody here want a new chair.
I do want a new chair.
Bro, but these have hardened us up though.
Chad, again, this is the real life. Hold on. Do people think because we trade and we make money, we do it bougie or something? Look at this.
Garden chair.
We got plastic.
Garden chairs from Builders Wear. Brad, I think we got them on special for 150 bucks.
There's no comfort yet, Chad.
Chad, we're sitting
It
hard here.
makes you gotta sweat. You gotta feel that you're working.
This is...
I also want a chair that's got lights on it, bro.
Bro, that is why Bonang looks so comfortable. That
He's
man...
chilling, bro.
We fighting, our backs are hurting.
Sure.
But then we go and buy little mic stands that are 2,500. Bro, our priorities are completely messed up, dude. Like, why?
Yo.
Why would we pay 2,500 rand for a mic stand
mic
while our
stands.
backs are being brutalized before we arrive? And then we buy 4 of them.
Bro,
What are we
I
doing?
swear, Chad, I promise
We
you,
are
I'm gonna
retarded.
leave one day. I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna have chairs.
Bro, we are literally... We are cooked a little bit.
Cause yeah, I don't know what we are thinking. Can I have your
Vellum. That is dangerous, my brother. I cannot put my email on here. Vellum, if you want to put your... You pay to... Yeah,
I
Carl.
promise you, and they.
But they quality, though. It's the Rode DS2.
Yeah, it's the Rode DS2R, I think it is.
They are... Dude, they are quality. And it fits with the Rode mics.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful setup. We were supposed to shoot something today, but our media team is absolutely
They were
useless.
on lunch.
On lunch for 4 hours. Glutes will be sliced chicken after stream. Absolutely.
John Doe, literally. Those white typical ones. Those ones even have armrests. We don't even have armrests.
Chris Gold. Willem, can you maybe pop your email here? Then I can email you.
Oh, that works.
Chris Gold, M5 with I want to see what you got with filter off. Let me show you quickly.
Hey, boys.
Um,
We all have the same thing, unless you don't have the indicator.
no, he's asking with the filter off.
No, but I'm saying if he has the indicator as well, he can turn the filter off.
Yeah. I think he just wants to see. Yeah, it gave a buy this morning, my brother.
Like, we don't have a different one to what you guys have.
No. I literally, when I added, I go here to invite only.
It's the same
The same one that all of you guys have. Yes, dude, look at that buy. Holy smokes.
At least your mics are comfortable.
Bro, these mics are sitting beautiful.
That is quality, but you guys are the assets to the streams. Need to look after that back. Carl, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Yo. Herman Miller office chair is amazing.
I'm gonna search here, bro. We need chairs.
Bro, Herman Miller, you know, Brian, that's going to be like 40K for a chair.
Let's have a look here.
Herman, is that Herman Miller?
Okay, Brian.
Wait,
Brian. Brian, wait, whoa.
Yeah, bro.
Brian, wait. You telling us you want us to pay 45,000 rand for a chair?
Bro.
Like, I understand my back is comfortable, bro, but 45K for a chair, bro.
Yo.
That's more than a service on my car. Like, what the hell? Not a
Yeah,
charge.
when you hear, almost sounds a little German as well. The Herman Miller. Bro, if there's some type of German language in there or some type of Swiss, I got mine on auction though. Herman Miller, holy smokes, bro. But it looks good though.
Right, already that should answer questions if they auction in a chair.
Bro, but I feel like before you can get a Herman Miller chair, you actually need to have a Richard Miller.
I feel to get a chair like that, bro, you gotta go through like a whole review system.
Bro, but this thing actually looks very serious. Like, people will take you seriously. If you sit on a chair like this that looks like the fabric was folded
The chair
into a
needs
chair.
to be serviced yearly.
Bro, if you have to take your chair in for a service, you have made it in life. Chad, this thing just looks serious. People will be like, I would listen to what this guy is telling me.
45K is about 45 car sessions. Keep the plastic ones.
Bro, what is this?
The chair better come with a happy ending.
Yo. Kicks, be honest. If you get into a meeting and that guy sits down and this thing shocks in and it moves, like, you will be intimidated. I would be like, dude, I want to be where you are.
Bro, I promise you, I'm happy with one of these, bro. I get one of these and I'll trade it
see.
this.
No, you're no. I've sat in one of those. No, your back will be chalk, bro. Look how he's selling these banana backs. This one looks half decent for 27.
That looks like the other office chairs, just with the race suspension.
Just dude, bro, look at this.
Tell me
You'll be-
that doesn't look like most chair right now.
Bro, but don't you look like a transformer? Like, this seat becomes part of you. Like, when you stand up, the seat just
Must you
comes
change wheels? That's super quick for the chair.
Bro, but listen, be honest. If you look at this, does it not look like when you get up, the chair like becomes part of your body? Like a transformer.
Some Iron Man shit there, bro.
Damn, Herman Miller. Now everyone would be like, oh, I posted my monthly income on Instagram.
Just buy a chair.
But do you have a Herman Miller? The new flex is show me your Herman Miller.
I don't, bro. We just get like one of these. Those Cougar gaming chairs. No, but this one's actually cuck. Where's all the...
I've got a Cougar one.
There's a nice one. I used to have like this. Okay, but
Bro, but this looks aesthetic, dude. Look at these ones. Holy smokes.
oh, yeah, that looks proper.
Bro, aesthetically, this is very pleasing to the eye. Okay, let me
Bro,
get
imagine one of these to trade in. But it's the whole setup.
Sorry.
You sit in it. There's your keyboard. Your mouse.
Where did you get that one?
I've seen
Oh,
it
yeah, is
before,
it?
but it's like,
Damn.
hey Chad, hold on. Well, there, Chris has it on his screen. Imagine that. One of those.
Oh, but you've got the expensive one. This one's only 141. That one is 300. 320.
Bro, it can decline. How the hell does it decline? It literally looks like a bug. Look at this, Chad.
Oh, check that, bro.
Check at this thing. It literally declines. Like, from sitting, you can lay back. We need one of these, bro. This is a transformer. Version 5.0, alright. You can have your screens on it for all your trading. It looks very, very comfy. The fact I can decline. I know Miles is going to have it drop to the floor.
Archology. So in the case of, let's say for instance, I'm looking for buys and I'm trading at a zone. For instance, let's go to the 5 minute. I'm trading at a key zone where I would most likely want to buy. I would have the filter off. But if I'm trading within the intermediate zone, so let's say we're trading Asia mid-range. I would turn the filter on because now we're at a critical stage. So I want to make sure that when I actually get the signal, there's a lot more going for the trade than against the trade. So in that case, this is a trade we usually talk about. So with the fact that the Iron 2000 gives it as well, I don't need 100% confluence for it. There's a lot of external confluences built into it as well. So, but I'm going to be honest with you, the safest is to trade with the filter on. The filter is there to protect you.
Minimum 100 lots in that shit. I'm surprised, bro. Someone like an Alex G doesn't have a chair like that.
What's that?
Those like.
I think yeah they do, but it's like for them it's.
But then again, I think even myself, if I'm at that point, like if I'm spending 300k on a chair, I need God in my life.
I think you would already have God in your life in quite a big way because He would have blessed you to the extent where you are now you become a philanthropist. So just before you go into full-time philanthropy, you buy that chair as just like to gift yourself something once more before you give all of your money away. Because the favor and the blessing actually bored you, and you just want to be humble again, and you just give all of it away.
You just want to start at the bottom again.
You just want to feel normal again, what it feels like to have needs and wants, and then you just give all of your money away. You just want to feel normal.
I want to feel poverty again. What movie was it, Chad? Was it 21 Jump Street or 22 Jump Street? Or well, I'm thinking.
Rooks, you can. Rooks, please email me.
Where the guy sits there and he's like, "Yo, you ever have that feeling? Sometimes I used to sleep naked on my bed with the windows wide open, just so I could feel what it'd be like to be poor and sleeping outside."
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. That's either gonna be Will Ferrell or Jack Black, bro. That I feel like that's a Will Ferrell line.
I'm sure it was one of the Jump Streets, guys. Just let me know there.
Yes, they did. Just want to feel like what it feels. No, man. Okay, Keeks, but let's be honest. These chairs are most probably the best bang for buck that we've had because it's not the best for your back streaming, but they are not the worst. Like I've had worse.
If you think of it, they're not the worst, but also these things are like bulletproof. Where we've had, how many of the other office chairs have we gone through?
Yeah, four of the.
So these aren't that bad, like in durability. Bro, please.
But remember, those ones aren't Herman Millers. They are Kobus van der Westhuizens.
Ryan, what do you say, dude?
All right, Chad, is it on my screen, Keeks? Let's quickly.
Ryan, where the hell are you?
He's in
Is
London.
that just a photo you're sending me, or whose are those?
What is that?
Check these setups, bro. I haven't like opened the whole thing, but check it.
No, man.
Whose setups are those?
Bro, what is this?
My mate in his brother's office. Damn.
What do they do for a living? Can't they adopt us?
That is crazy.
Chad, okay. I see the viewer count is dropping. People are looking for trades. Let's see here. We cannot trade anything in here, chat, as much as we want to trade, and believe me, we want to. We cannot trade inside of this. We absolutely cannot get involved in any of this.
They trade and don't care about a wick.
Okay. Okay, Brian, I see what you did there. I like it. I like
Rush
it.
Hour Keegan has the same play.
Same with US 30. We are currently, this is what we're working with, Chad. There is little to no direction. Gold, I do like the potential sells on gold. Why? Let me show you why. I like the sells on gold for the following reason. After we had this breakout yesterday, let me just remove some of these.
You like to sell in USD?
I don't
I'm not
like.
saying right now, but
I don't like anything on it. I literally want to see more. So, Chad, the reason being is that if we take a Fibonacci retracement tool from these highs to these lows, you can see that we are very close to that golden fib ratio, but we are also trading into a previous breakout zone, which we are now testing. All right, very close to testing it. We are also basically in the midsection of this push to the upside. So if you want to call it an imbalance, whatever you want to call it, there is volume that is unbalanced that's sitting in here. And when you talk about unbalanced volume, if you look at a session volume profile, it's an area where there is no volume node. I'm going to show you guys now. And that is effectively what they tend to call a unbalanced area. So if you look yesterday, I'm going to just rewind it quickly for you guys to yesterday. Right there. So tell me visually, looking at the session volume profile, where is, I want to show you guys, I'm scratching this watch to pieces, where is the lowest volume looking at these peaks? Where is the lowest volume? Would you agree with me if I say that this area here is a low volume area? I think we could agree. Why? Because nobody bought there. Sellers entered here from this point of control and the sellers just pushed it away. So nobody got involved in that section. So that effectively is what a lot of traders would call an imbalance or an area that still needs to get filled. But it's purely just a low volume node area. So once you get back into that area, you can slice through it like a chicken again, like what we're doing now. Or you're going to start building up some volume there and you are going to start retracing. So that is why personally for me, earlier this afternoon, I told Project G members that I'm not looking for any more buys on gold. Even if it gave a buyer, I'm purely waiting for the sell on gold. This morning, I loved the buys because we were again looking on the daily. I just want to show you guys. We spoke about it. On the daily, we were trading very close to these two previous retest areas. And I knew that even if we're going to continue bearish, we're going to get some type of bounce. I also saw this morning when I woke up that Asia was an expansion. So I knew we're going to have some type of move back into the range to correct. And now I'm getting to the stage where I'm ready for the sells. Okay, so Iron 2000 members, I am looking for the sells on the 1 minute to print.
On
Gold.
right.
The rest I'm not touching. I'm not getting involved with this. Please do not get involved here. Kiggs, I have to go pick up my wife so she can pick up a vehicle. It's in for a service.
Yeah, Chad, I think we're going to have to then call it there, unfortunately. You guys know what we're looking for. Yeah, Chris and myself unfortunately have to bounce. But always good to have you here, my brother. Tomorrow, Chad, keep in mind 100K account giveaway for the 100 reviews. So we'll do that in London session. And then we'll see you guys later. Wrap up the week. Chat again. We showed you and spoke about sometimes a no trade day is a winning day. That is just the thing about trading. So if there's nothing in the market you like, you know what you're looking for. If you don't get it, don't trade. It's just one of those things. But Chris, any closing remarks on top of that, brother?
Keeks, do you want to put a side bet on that? Even though we're going to tell guys not to trade for the rest of the session, that guys will find a way to absolutely destroy their trading week
100%.
after we leave now.
100%.
You want to put a side bet?
Yeah.
Or do you think?
No, they will.
Oh, okay.
I read we'll have someone message in one of the groups saying how they've been blowing up and
Okay.
they've taken losses.
Chad, so here is our financial advice for today. Do not trade. Do not trade. Do not trade. All right? So please DM us once you've ruined your trading week tomorrow morning, so we can chat about it and just give us some feedback as to what was your thought process when you started entering trades in the range, and then you tried to hedge, then you sold, then you bought, and then you ended up losing your funded account or you blew your account. So let's chat about that in the morning.
All right, Chad, but there you go. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Peace and love, baby. Cheers, Chad.
Cheers.